Hello everyone, I'm Ronin Unchained. I'm here to do another Star Wars theory. Between the shows on Disney Plus from The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and Skeleton Crew, there's been a growing dread spreading across the galaxy. Out of these stories, some folks have been expressing concerns.
There's something going on out here. They don't believe it on the core worlds, but it's true. These aren't isolated incidents. They need to be stopped before it's too late. But we can't do it without local support.
My investigation into the attack on the Vesper led me to the Santhe shipyards on Corellia, where I was attacked by Imperial loyalists, still working for Morgan Elsbeth.
Which leads me to believe that an exclusive meeting within the New Republic is inevitable. And from this meeting or meetings, an initiative or operation might be cultivated, which now I'm coining as Operation Resistance. Now, you might say, why this?
There's something dangerous happening out there. All these events, it's not a coincidence. And by the time it becomes big enough for you to act, it'll be too late.
My reasoning is that in The Mandalorian and Grogu, or on another show, besides the whispers of Thrawn's return, one of our protagonists will either learn or hear about a Shadow Council existing on behalf of the scattered Imperial remnants. If or when this is discovered, some of the folks we've been following within these shows are going to want to fight fire with fire. Poetically similar to what I am envisioning as the deleted scene in Revenge of the Sith, where we see the potential inception of the rebellion. Now to the other part, why? Why this operation? Why am I thinking this? What's the goal?
I've spent most of my life fighting a war, and that's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Why the secrecy, Ronan? Why would they go out of their way to keep it hush-hush? Unfortunately, the reality in the New Republic in this era of Star Wars is that there are people in power who hold influence across the galaxy and the citizens in it, who are in complete denial at the notion of any sort of danger looming across their shoulders.
Outliers. We have former Imperials working throughout every level of the New Republic government, and they have all taken an oath of loyalty.
Long live the Empire doesn't sound like the kind of loyalty we're looking for.
And the fear of facing the hard fact that history tends to repeat itself, even in Star Wars.
You act like we have a choice.
Don't we? I see no enemy. The Imperial fleet is scattered and broken. They have no centralized command.
Another aspect I'm wrestling with this theory that I've been thinking about for a while now is that how covert does this operation even might be? The biggest one, the topics that's been going in my mind is that, like, Chancellor Mon Mothma. If this does happen, how much of this does she know or is aware of? Will she be kept in the shadows? Or is this something that she starts under the table? Because what we've seen in Ahsoka is that she clearly understands the significance of this possible outcome.
I believe their activity speaks to a larger operation involving Thrawn.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Plus, again, if you've been watching these shows, and not even just from the Disney Plus stuff, but even from the Clone Wars to even specifically what I've been hiding on is Rebels and Andor, is that she trusts these people. She's fought alongside and is, I think, considers someone like Hera Syndulla a friend, Leia Organa, almost like a sister.
I don't know what you and Leia are playing at, but I know she did not authorize your mission.
She did. Eventually.
And knows exactly how much these people have sacrificed.
Thrawn is not your typical Imperial officer. I know because I fought against him. He killed friends, people who were like family to me.
Again, some people who are in denial don't see the fact that the last thing these people want to do is prepare for another potential war. That's the last thing these people want to do. And equally, even though she believes and trusts these people, Chancellor Mon Mothma knows that the public needs hard proof before they can get behind what for right now is just conspiracies to them, or at least to those right now in higher power. And I respect that she's really willing to question even Hera. There's a beautiful moment that you'll see her where she tells her,
Put your personal feelings aside and don't deny you have them. How real is the threat of Thrawn's return?
We have to prepare for the worst. And hope for the best.
Another thing I forgot to add is that why the potential secrecy for Mon Mothma not being aware of this operation if she's not involved. My conclusion to that is that the people around her who she trusts and do believe that there is danger looming know that Mon is on their side, but knows that they can't be forced with this. That we live in a new republic for, and I don't even want to say for better or for worse, but it is a voting thing. We can't go back to the old ways. And the reason why Mon might be kept out of it is for her own safety. I think that her friends care for her so much, including Hera, including Leia, Carson Teva, the Rebels crew. I doubt Mando even knows about her, but like these people are gonna want to say, okay, we do this, and she's not involved, doesn't know about this, then we keep it that way, because if something happens, she can blame us and not be at fault. Some of us who do want the best for this galaxy and its safety and know not to take this stuff lightly, us who want this and just be, again, a little backup plan. And again, you learn stuff from history, how you need backup plans even for secrets like this. So that's how I feel about why Mon might not be involved with this operation if it does happen. And before I start wrapping things up on this theory, I want to make it perfectly clear. I'm not certain that this will happen, and I won't be totally mad about it.
Interesting.
All I'm going out of for after is my gut feeling and the notion of stuff I've noticed either in the foreground and the background of all these stories. And I just wanted to express it in this way, but also know that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau don't owe me nothing, because I spent time editing this and writing stuff down and making notes and whatnot. This is just what I'm doing and letting out my passion as a fan. To me, this makes the most logical choice. And it's also an intriguing aspect that you can lean in on. You don't have to go full Andor vibes, but you can tread that notion of political thriller, espionage stuff in the New Republic era. And who knows, maybe this all leads up until we get to Dave Filoni's film, which we've heard for a while now that it's the culminating event of all these stories expressed across time and genres. My only request is that if this stuff does come into fruition, I want a similar scene to the one I'm about to show you to be played out to unite all these allies, all these heroes been following for some time now, together.
I hear you have an unusual problem. You should talk. You should listen. What if I told you we were putting a team together? Who's we?
Go full Avengers style, man. People have been saying heir to the Empire. It's almost like the Avengers assembling. Just go full Avengers and putting all these characters together and seeing them face off the big blue guy. And hell, you could even end this, version of this scene that I just showed you with someone saying a catchphrase of like, how do we know who to trust and how do I know all this? And you could, bring up a code phrase like, I have friends everywhere. Or if you don't want to touch what Tony Gilroy and his team did, adopt what Din Djarin's saying has been since day one, which is, this is the way. Have all these allies say to themselves, knowing that they're going to play a big war game in secrecy. And the way they know how to trust each other is that one says to the other, this is the way. And they'll know that they're on the same team. Hopefully you enjoy my theory. Again, this is just something that I've been messing around, especially since I've been seeing these teasers for the Mandalorian and Grogu back to back. And I remember some of the footage I saw at Celebration in Japan. And again, just revisiting the Mandalorian right now with my friend Lance Geek Drooms and playing out some stuff, hearing some stuff on Ahsoka. And again, hell, even revisiting the scene of the Shadow Council. And again, like I said earlier, like fight fire with fire. If the Empire is going to have the Shadow Council, then we're going to have our the Resistance Initiative, if you will. But if you enjoy my theory, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the enthusiasm. Are you a Star Wars fan? What do you think? You think I'm just spewing madness out of my head, or am I onto something? And if you are a Star Wars fan, go check out my coverage. I have stuff from Ahsoka, The Mandalorian, Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire, Tales of the Underworld. I have a whole catalog of Star Wars stuff that you can go check out. And subscribe to the channel. Share the enthusiasm. Let people know that if you're a Star Wars fan and want to get into Star Wars, come hang out on my channel. And the more the numbers grow on my channel, the more I can get monetized, and the more a lot of this stuff that I have ideas brewing in my head can come into fruition. And maybe I can bring in other fellow friends / creators into it to make some cool, unique stuff for y'all. So until then, may the Force be with you. I have friends everywhere, and this is the way.